a turnaround in this area, 33,000 new jobs and unemployment down, all these benchmarks are statistics on a page until you come to a place like today. You can see the work being done, you can see the innovation, the creativity, the talent that you've taken advantage of here in this room, which has to be one of the top reasons any business wants to come here, is the incredible human capital. The brilliant young people and people of all ages who have called this their home. So I thank you. I thank you, Mark, for creating this opportunity for us.
We are thankful to Lieutenant Governor and the Governor for your great support of the City of Rochester. The investment that the state has been making in our city has allowed us to turn ourselves around. I want to thank Mark for his leadership and for recognizing that there's no place like Rochester and nobody does it better than Rochester, New York.
I love the sign that's outside that you're hiring. We always like to hear that businesses are hiring because Monroe County, folks, is open for business. So thank you to ON Semiconductor for being here. Thank you for your leadership team for choosing us. And thank you so much for the team that gets the job done every day.
How much did this new clean room cost and how was it funded?
So the total cost to build or construct the clean room was $4.3 million. We received a grant from the Empire State Development, or ESD as we call it, to fund it. Working with them it's been pretty interesting.
What do you hope to accomplish from this assembly transfer?
Well, this assembly transfer is more than a transfer, it's also an expansion. And we brought a business, P7, over here, so to enable us to increase our volume, input and output. Most importantly is to help lower our operating costs.
Were staffing changes required to support the new assembly area?
Yes, with the increase in volume and device mix, it'll be necessary to add new employees to our existing workforce.
What are some manufacturing advantages that you see in the new area?
Well, in this design, we elected to use a ballroom approach, an open floor plan. This allows us the flexibility to move equipment as technologies change or device or volumes change.
Everything I heard, Mark mentioned AIM Photonics. We've been in this building many times. AIM is here. It is coming. A lot is going on right now, which we'll be hearing about in the future. But as Mark said, one of the reasons they chose to expand because AIM is here. And what the governor, Lieutenant Governor have said, and Louise Slaughter, when she was, God bless her, was with us and said that AIM Photonics is going to grow and be a magnet for other places, other people, other companies to come here. I think it's another manifestation today with this expansion that is happening. When you have tech talent like you have with ON Semiconductor here and growing and expanding, it's going to end up really having a reverberation effect across this entire community.
We make CCD image sensors. They're some of the most advanced state-of-the-art low-light image sensors in the world. So we were in the process of moving the technology to Japan, and Michael and his team were actually looking at, okay, what can we do to keep the factory here? And said, well, you got to figure out how to make it cost competitive. And so, how are you going to do that? And so he says, well, we got some ideas. We'll work on getting AIM Photonics here to help cost share the facility, and we'll work with the New York government to figure out if there's some incentives we can do to try to expand the factory to make it bigger and better to where it becomes cost effective and it's viable for the long term. So we're looking for great things happening here in Rochester, and we look forward to Michael, the team, and the government here in New York to continue to work together to drive a strong partnership for the future. So thank you.
What new process capabilities were added in Rochester to support the products being transferred?
New equipment was purchased to add process capability for fine pitch wire bonding, gold ball bonding, and glass seal with UV epoxy. Not only will these be able to be used for the new products that are being transferred, but they'll also be able to be used on future CCD products.
How many different products are included in this transfer?
We're including over 25 different product families. In total, that will result in transferring over 100 different part numbers.
Is this transfer limited only to the assembly process?
No, we're also including wafer probe and final test for these products as well in the transfer. In addition to that, we'll also be adding in quality inspections for critical components, such as ceramic packages and cover glass.
How many and what sort of tests are performed to determine the quality?
So hundreds of tests are performed on each image sensor, and it can range from things like sensitivity and noise and dynamic range, color fidelity, and all of these make up what makes a great image sensor.
What is the most frequent cause of test failures?
So historically, it's been dust and particles that get in the optical path, and a particle the size of 10 microns or so actually can affect the image sensor quality to the point where it has to be rejected. And so that's about the size of 1/5 the size of a human hair. So you can't see it by the naked eye.
Could you tell us about corporate ON Semiconductor support that enabled this effort?
So when we were first acquired by ON Semiconductor, meetings with corporate legal established the relationships for this project. As the project went on and was developed, we had corporate finance, facility, operations, and legal support.